So I just got back from seeing Doctor Strange at my local movie theater, and first off, right off the bat, I got to say that this movie is nowhere near as awesome as people are saying. I just got to get that right out of the way, because these days hype kills movies. I said this before in numerous videos, especially for Batman and Superman, because people on various channels like to hype things up, tell you that, oh, it's awesome, this is the best thing ever. So your expectations go through the roof, but in reality, it turned out to be an average movie. And I think we all know Marvel is capable of having above average films. Doctor Strange, for me, uh, not as good as I thought it was going to be. An enjoyable film, but honestly, though, I think it could have been a lot better. And here's where I'm going to just say what I feel, because that's the thing with some critics. They just don't tell you how they feel. They just say it's good because either it's a Marvel film or they just want to boost their ego a little bit. But like for me, the thing that killed this movie for me was another crappy throwaway villain, and the humor for this film just out of place, comes out of nowhere, just doesn't fit the character. Doesn't fit Benedict Cumberbatch for one. And I'm sure he can be a funny guy, but to me, he's really not that funny. I don't think he's known for that. The roles he's picked for various like TV and movies, they're not funny characters. So when you watch those movies, and then you go into this, you're not expecting him to be cracking jokes like freaking Ultron and Age of Ultron. Like that movie was all freaking awful. And I couldn't take Ultron seriously because he was too busy cracking jokes and doing this and that. And then when it comes time for the real his master plan, I didn't care because he was already a joke in my mind. And it's almost the same thing with Doctor Strange. I mean, Doctor Strange is one of the coolest characters in the Marvel Universe. In this movie, he's acting like he's a freaking comedian. Another thing is, this movie is way too short. Way too short. Like, for the amount of things they were trying to accomplish in this film, an origin story, by the way too short. Sure, 2 hours, I guess. It would feel like way shorter than that. But, like, for an hour and change, they crammed way too much into this film. Other people will tell you different because either they're being paid to do so or they just want to, like I said, boost their ego. But for me, this movie falls a little short of what it could have been. I mean, like movies like Guardians of the Galaxy work for that particular universe because those characters, the humor is written for those characters. Doctor Strange isn't known for being a funny guy. He can be a funny guy, but that's where he runs into problems because Tony Stark already fits that bill. He's the funny guy that we were connecting with in the beginning of the MCU. And then you got Spider-Man, and you got characters like Deadpool. Those guys are naturally funny. Doctor Strange does not fit that category. You know, doesn't fit for his character, and that's what brings the movie down. Just the humor just comes out of nowhere. It's out of place, doesn't fit, and honestly, Marvel really needs to find a good balance between humor and being serious because I really don't want to see this movie start to slip like DC. I really don't want to see this movie start to slip. That would be a shame. Everything's been pretty good up to this point. I mean, like, If it's subtle humor like Captain America giving Nick Fury a $10 bill because he owed him $10 or whatever, stuff like that is good. But when you have too much of that, it falls short. I think part of the movie, I think part of this film suffered because of that. Stuff like that, like don't make your villain crack jokes every 5 minutes if you want me to take him seriously. Like no spoilers, but like the villain for this film, I don't even remember the guy's name. This guy might be almost as bad as the elf guy from Thor 2. Because his motivations don't make any damn sense. Comes out of nowhere. The beginning of the movie is a mess, as far as I'm concerned. Starts off weird. It's like, who is he? Where did she come from? I'm like, come on, man. This is probably when you don't have any exposition in your damn movie. This is what's going to happen with that Star Wars movie coming out in December. Without the freaking opening crawl, no one's going to know what the heck's going on. People's going to be confused, and it's going to be all on Disney's shoulders for being stupid, taking away something that makes that property what it is. I'm pretty sure you can spend half a freaking $1 billion getting Star Wars so they can take away something that makes it special. Where like back to Doctor Strange, I'm like, there's a lot of eye-rolling moments in this film for me. Visually looks great, but like I'm looking for more than just visuals, you know. Anything can have good visuals. It's the story that's going to matter in 5 years, not the freaking visuals. Yeah, I feel like I'm a little let down from this one. I gotta be honest. A little bit let down. This movie could have been one of the best, but Marvel's trying to part humor in every single friggin' movie they make now, and they're starting to slip because it doesn't work for every character. For Marvel or DC, it doesn't work for every character. Batman doesn't crack jokes. He's a serious ass dude, broods all the time, doesn't crack jokes, barely smiles. So for that character, it's fine, but like, don't force it in a movie if it doesn't fit. It's like trying to put a puzzle piece together that doesn't match, you know? It'll never come together because it doesn't match, doesn't fit. It's the same thing. If humor doesn't fit for your character, don't try and force it down a people's throat. It's never going to work. So like on the positive side, Benedict Cumberbatch is absolutely fantastic in this film. Absolutely fantastic. No problems with him. It's the writers that are just so stupid. Just like they think they have to put humor in every damn movie to appease a certain audience. When it's like not every single character needs to act like they're a comedian every 5 minutes. It didn't work for Ultron. Sure, doesn't work for Doctor Strange. Like you got to be kidding.
No offense. Hello, friend. He was here, but you can just wait here. He'll be back soon enough. Until next time. Don't stop the chances. Is that so?
Second that. His monster amazing. Sad part is people are still hype this movie up. It's not a terrible film by any means. Don't get me wrong. I just think there's some things that just shouldn't be overdone for certain characters. Like you wouldn't make Bruce Banner cracking jokes when he's trying to find a cure for being the Hulk. It wouldn't work, and you wouldn't be able to take the character seriously. It's the same exact thing. And another problem I had with this film was you just seemed to learn magic way too fast, considering what kind of person he is when the movie starts. If you know anything about the character, Doctor Strange isn't the nicest guy. So for him to be going from being an a-hole to a master of magic in less than 20 minutes, it's a little hard to believe, even for a movie. I mean, like with the first Iron Man, you got to see like what Stark was like way before we even got the damn suits. He went through like 3 suits. It showed, you know what I mean. We got to see what Stark was like before he got the suit, before the accident. It wasn't like rushed like this movie was. You know, it was like sad.
owe me a serious pickup on all the marketing thing you do? What do you mean it's my fault?
So yeah, like I follow people like Collider Video, like those chumps. They're always hyping stuff up all the time. Like they said the same thing on Batman and Superman. They said it was going to be the best thing ever. No one talks about that movie anymore. No one. That's how good that movie is. No one talks about it anymore.
Good. Well, if you make sure those forged documents get to the Leculan orphans,
Nobody talks about that film anymore. The movie's way too short. The humor is out of place. And he seemed to learn magic way too fast. There should have been a longer training montage of Strange learning magic for the first time. That's what I'm talking about. For the first time, learning magic should take a lot longer than like 10 minutes, man. So they had just wasted so much time with him going through this light speed portal thing instead of actually focusing on and learning freaking magic. That's what happens when you try to change crap instead of actually having it be magic. They're like doing this alternate reality crap, and it's like out of freaking Inception. It's retarded. Like, what the hell does this reality shit have to do with magic?
have committed crimes against Skyrim and her people. What say you in your defense?
Seriously, what does that any of this reality crap got to do with magic? Like, forget everything you know. Yeah, no. That right there, I've said this before when I was reviewing the trailer, which already had me scratching my head because it's like, what in the world?
What the rebels like to. Is that so? Lost your uniform.
along the way, did you, Sold? I suppose it would. Thank you, Sold. I'm waiting on word about reinforcements for the fort. Good. Stormcloak Scout, why don't you have yourself a drink at the moor side? You're out now.
What in the world are you doing, man? So yeah, people say this movie is awesome. I don't think so. I gave it a 7 out of 10 just because Benedict Cumberbatch looks exactly like Doctor Strange. Like, panel to panel, he looks exactly like him. So, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt for that, but the movie itself, just, I don't know.
You're going to meet the rock. What do you say? Can you go? You got real fire in you.
It was scary.
So, why?
Enjoy the story.
Yeah, not a terrible film, so don't misread my words, you purists out there. Like, don't misread my words. It's a decent film, but it's not a 10 out of 10 by any means. No, by any means. Like, no. They made spoilers. No spoilers. Never mind. I thought it was going to be hard to talk about this without spoilers, but
You there. We're looking for someone in Whiterun. They pay good money for information. I'm getting out of here.
I might need to see it again because
Those two at it again. Come on now. Watch the footwork. Keep your balance.
it's like, for one, the villain was stupid. I don't remember the guy's name, but like, he came out of nowhere. I mean, he had a plan, but like, there was no build up to it. Just happens. Just as dumb as that elf guy from Thor 2. That movie sucked ass.
A stranger comes to our home. Would you now? Here, let me have a look at you. Yes, perhaps a certain strength of spirit.
Master, you're not truly considering accepting.
I am nobody's master. Last I checked, we had some empty beds in your basket for those with a fire burning in their hearts.
Apologies. But perhaps this isn't the time. I've never even heard of this outsider.
Sometimes the famous come to us. Sometimes men and women come to us to seek their fame. It makes no difference. What matters is the heart
And there are.
Of course. How are you in battle? That's the spirit. Vilgus here will get started on that. Vilgus, take him out to the yard and see what he.
It's not a flop. Just the writing is kind of poor. I mean, like, I was talking to someone today. I'm like, I look for more than visuals in the movies I watch. I don't just watch Star Wars because the practical effects look incredible. I watch because the stories are amazing and it's worth watching over and over again. You know, Doctor Strange is a movie I can only see myself watching once in a while. It should be a movie I watch all the time, but like, again, it's the writer's fault, of course, because clearly they got their head shoved up their ass. Can't write a good freaking character anymore. Jeez, I don't get why it's so hard.
I'll head back home if you need me.
The old man said to have a look at you. So, let's do this. Just have a few swings at me so I can see your form. Don't worry, I can pay you. Now that's impressive. You're mightier than you look. You might just make it. Here's my sword. Go take it up. Jordan, have it sharpened. And be careful. It's probably worth more than you are.
I don't know what else there is to say about this film without doing spoilers, but
What brings you here?
probably not going to bother with spoilers at this point. It's not even worth it. I never said that Marvel films were going to be perfect all the way through, but there's just, you have certain expectations when it comes to these films because they've been so good. So when you get a movie like Ant-Man or Age of Ultron, that both movies sucked ass.
That attitude would, around here, you want to learn to live your own life. I have a favor to ask. I've been working on. My wife is in mourning, and I need to get back to her. That's a good man.
Those got expectations, you know. When you don't meet those expectations, you know, what a shame. I just hope they don't have them cracking jokes in Infinity War, because that would probably piss me off. I gotta be honest. And like they made Ultron into a joke. They did that stupid Mandarin twist. The yellow jacket guy was retarded. Elf guy in Thor 2 was stupid. Didn't make any sense. Yeah, Marvel's villains have been awful. It's kind of ironic because the Sam Raimi Spider-Man films,
All these young ones.
outside of the third one,
How do you want? Good to see you. Ah, good. I've been waiting for this. Wait, I remember you. So the old man thinks you've got some heart.
You know this one? I saw him training in the yard with Vilgus.
Ah, yes. heard you gave him quite the thrashing. Do you think you could handle Vilkas in real time? Ah, a man of action. Here, let's have Farkas show you where you'll be resting.
Marcus, did you call me?
Of course we did, Ice Cream. Show this new blood.
New blood. Oh, I remember you. Come on, follow me. You're an animal. Watch what you're doing. Doesn't think of men fall in it. Tired. Selma will keep the place clean. She always has. Nice to have a new face around. It gets boring here sometimes. I hope we keep you. This could be a rough life. All right, so here you are. Looks like the others are eager to meet you. Come to me or Ayala if you're looking for work. Once you've made a bit of a name for yourself, Smjor and Vilkas might have things for you to do. Good luck. Welcome to the Companions. By the way, if you're looking for something to do, we've got trouble right here at Whiterun Hold. Nothing we can't handle. Nothing but a bunch of lonely bandits, cowards who will take little effort. I know you can be counted on. Do what must be done.
So yeah, that's my Doctor Strange no spoilers review. You know, like going with your own expectations, of course. But like, if I was you, I wouldn't expect too much. If you're one of those people that actually looks for something beyond visual storytelling. Of course, that's what movies are, but like, it's a good film. I just wish it was better, you know.